Hi guys, welcome back to Darren's Corner, and wow, what an interesting turn of events what we have here. So I've tried setting up Bejeweled on Windows XP, and no matter what happened, both the second and the third game failed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try on Vista and see if I get any more luck out of that. So let's just quickly change these so that I come from the UK. But of course, you'd know that just by looking at my channel. And then we'll have a look at installing it. Now, I've set up a 3 TB hard drive in this one, so I'm hoping this will work. But join me back in a bit, because as you can see here, I need to activate, well, I'll activate that later. I need to enter the product key for Vista straight away. Probably a good job to do it now rather than later. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. We've just done the product key, and now we can sort everything out. So what we've got is we'll do a custom install, and there it is. 3072.8 gigabytes. I think I might have to take a picture of that. Bear me one moment. This would be good for the corner group chat on Facebook. Right, let me try that again. There we go. That takes care of that. I always like to keep a tab as to what's going on, so I like to keep you updated at home, whether it's through my group chats or on video. So without further ado, let's carry on. Let's see how a 3 TB.
Dad Stratton.
See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. My dad rang me. So as I was saying, it'd be a way, if I did this on video or through my group chats, it'd be a way to keep you updated as to what's going on. So let's see how Windows Vista would handle a hard drive of 3 TB. This will be interesting to see. But with that being said, I'm going to call it here for a moment, and then I'll take you through the rest of the setup as and when it occurs. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys, and you've just joined me at the setup stage of Vista itself. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to set up my username. Put that in there for a moment. And then I'm just going to leave the password blank. And then I'm going to just come up with something temporary, because I'm going to replace that. I'm going to replace this with my artwork. Click next. And I'm going to do the same with the wallpaper as well once I've got the tools all set up. Next. Use recommended settings, and of course I'm going to go for that as well. Click next. Go for home, because this automatically connects to the internet. And then here comes the rest of it. I'm obviously going to have a Windows Experience index of 1, but for now at least, because there are no graphics drivers installed, so that's to be expected. just waiting for that to sort itself out. And then what I'll do is I'll set it all up, personalise it, and then set up and do 3 sets of games at a time. And I'm going to start off with Bejeweled, Fishdom, and Super Collapse. There we go. Please wait while Windows checks your computer's performance. Well, that's going to give me an index of 1. This goes up to 5.9. Now, I know exactly how to give, I know exactly what to do in order to have this computer give a perfect Windows Experience Index for Vista, that is. So for Vista, it goes up to 5.9. For Windows 7, that is 7.9. And for Windows 8 and later, it's 9.9. Oh, my neck just clicked. So all I could do now is wait. While that's sorting itself out, join me back in a bit and I will show you the desktop. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. And this is the point where I show you that activating Windows Vista in this case was successful. And it now shows you that I have a genuine copy of Windows Vista. So with that being said, let's get back to setting up and personalizing, because what we've got here is a Windows Experience Index of 1, because it doesn't do your average, it does your lowest, because that's what you call a base score. So then let's get the rest of the hardware set up. That's what I'm going to do. Of course, because it doesn't ship. VMware tools now no longer ship. The VMware tools no longer ship with the latest version of VMware Fusion. Let's see what we've got here. Go to the computers. One thing that I noticed, that when I did the 3 terabyte hard drive, it was capped at 2, so I then went for 1.75. Yeah, of course I trust the program, it's VMware tools. Just move my iMac up so I know that, yeah, that way I can be seen. And I can see what I'm doing. Just wait for that to sort itself out. If it doesn't work, I've got some other ones. I've got other tools for Windows 7 as well. You've also got widgets on here too. But of course they no longer work, so what I'm going to do then, so I'm going to get rid of that. Close the sidebar. And that takes care of that. Because Windows 7 had the sidebar for a while, and then an update got rid of it. Probably for a good reason too, I must add, because it proved to be a bit of a hindrance. Right, so we're at 2018, so that comes to show how old this program is. Let's go to complete install. This gives the sound drive and the graphics card, so we'll just be able to see what's going on here, and then I can just drag and drop, do that bit off screen, and then personalize it. But while I'm doing that, what I do want to show you is what I plan to do with this. So I put all my games, because that's all the Microsoft games. So I'm going to put them into a page of its own. If I open that up, I'll go back. You'll see what I'm going to end up doing. I shall probably wait though, because I want to view the icons extra large. And wouldn't be able to do that all the while I'm viewing a really low resolution screen. I mean, even without the tools, you can do 1920 by 1080, but I do want to do the tools because with that you can then do drag and drop from your host into the virtual machine. And then what I'll do after I've done that is I'll move the legacy update across as well, because you can't do the updates in Vista normally. There's the sound card. Just about to do the video driver. Now I need to restart. And then we'll do drag and drop. I'll do that off screen. So join me back in a bit and I will set everything up off. Or I'll just do doing the window bit off screen. So adjusting the screen, I'll do that all off screen. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. And this, I have to say, is much better. So I'm going to view large icons. That looks a lot better. And I'm just going to empty the recycle bin. I gave the wrong folder. I put in the wrong folder at first. So this is what we're looking at. Let's grab a quick picture of that as well, just so I get to share that. That isn't even showing that. That is showing much more than 1%. But yeah, I've not even used 1%. Well, I have used about 1%. But that's showing more than 1%. Well, that's what the pie chart does here. So let's now go into properties, because we now have to update the index, and then you get to see that in action. So I may end up with a score of either 5.8 or a perfect 5.9. I'm hoping it's the latter, because usually I get a 5.9 out of this setting. Now I normally would get a 5.9 out of this. But if I get a 5.8, well, it's still an excellent score for Vista. But that's if I get a 5.8. So I've got a 4 gig of RAM, a dual processor core, dual core pro. Let me try again. So 4 gig of RAM, a dual core processor, and a 1.75 terabyte hard drive. So I've got the hard drive there at 5.9. But I do want to see what this does. This is just going to take a bit of time, as it would do. Sorry, I had to turn on my finger, I'll get rid of something off my finger. But join me back in a bit as I get to the tail end of the assessment, and then you get to see the score for yourself. That's whether I'll get a 5.8 or a perfect 5.9. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys, and I just thought I'd give you a progress report as to what's going on with the Windows Experience Index check, and then you get to see exactly what I'm going to end up getting. Hopefully I'll get a 5.9 or, well, 5.8, but having a look at the graphics, it might be a bit less. It is less, 2.2. Well, that's disappointing. 2.2, I wonder exactly what that's all about. Oh, okay. I think I know what's going on. But join me back in a bit, guys, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak about with this. I'm going to tweak about with this virtual machine again and see what I can do to improve that score. Because I need to have a higher score than 2.2, particularly given what I've got planned to install on this thing. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. Now I can't go any higher than a 2.2, but that's fine. That's not a problem at all. So let's get back to doing what I'm set out to do. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's go into the pictures. I've dragged and dropped everything over that I needed to. At the moment I have. Vista doesn't read ISO files, but that's not too much of a problem. I shall test those. I've got them all this time. And then when I get to personalising what I do, so I do desktop background, do a fill out. You can actually hopefully I'll be able to put them all in because I want to do like a slideshow of everything. Can I just had a thought? Can I? Let me just put that back to normal. I've got these all in extra large. Don't think I can. Well, in that case, then what I'll have to do is just do one at a time. Move everything back and then just use my regular one as a wallpaper. That's better. And then what I'll do is I'll go into control panel and then update the picture. Excuse me. Classic view is the categories. and then I'll view them extra large icons. Wow, look at that. My goodness. Right. So with that being said, what I'll do is that this is the original release of Vista that I'm on, build 6000. What I want to do is user accounts, change your picture, and there we go. That's with that. That's all done. And then I'll get rid of that from my recent items. Couple of things I do need to add over. I know that we can't open ISO files, but I do have the ability to open up exe files on here. So I'm going to put these into my documents and they'll be ready to go when I set them up. That takes care of those. I'll do the legacy updates off screen. And well, let me just set that up quickly now. And then we can deal with this. Of course, this is version 1.13. Now, this allows you then to update to Service Pack 2. Well, you'd have to. That takes care of that. So we'll do Service Pack 1 first, by the looks of things, and then we'll do Service Pack 2. Well, while that's sorting itself out, I will call it here for this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye.